Speedrunning Ponytown. It's entirely possible if you get a little bit creative. So there is a number of ways that you can actually speedrun Ponytown. You could obviously speedrun trying to make a friend or something like that. That can go something like this, where you just run around the map and try to friend random people until one of them accepts you, and then boom, there you go, you completed the speedrun. Whatever you got was your time. There's things like that, obviously, and then there's some other things too that you could also use to say that you sped run Ponytown, such as making a specific character. I've done this before where I set up a competition where you had to speed run Skella and you had to speed run making Skella as quickly as possible and blah blah blah, that kind of stuff. But you can also obviously just do this with some of the default characters. You obviously can't do it with Fez because if you go to make a character, you start out with that character. But what about the offline plushie? You definitely don't start off with this character, so we could try to speed run making this character as quickly as possible. We know it has like a little bit of a grayish color, and then we know its hair is basically the same as the other one, but it needs to be a little bit darker, so it'd be a bit like that. And then we come over here to his face and slap down some of these eyes on it or something like that, and it doesn't appear to have a cutie mark in the game, but it does over here, so boom, there you go. There you go. See, it's like, you know, a little bit of speedruns like that. That one obviously also is pretty easy because you're only changing a couple of things and you basically have the character right there. But what if you also extended this to make not only the Fez character as quickly as possible, the offline plushie as quickly as possible, but this weird statue pony and this other weird statue pony as quickly as possible? Once you introduce these characters, it gets a little bit more interesting and difficult because this character is clearly wearing glasses, so we would have to speedrun getting those glasses. It's wearing some kind of collar. We'd have to get the collar on as quickly as possible. And it also appears to have a ponytail of some sort that we can't quite make out. I imagine it is something a bit closer to this, maybe this or something like that, right? Maybe this, but I think it could be any number of these, probably this one, and we got to get that on there. It's obviously all got to be gray, so we got to get the different grays in there, and we got to get the glasses and all this other stuff. It seems to be basically bald, so we can get rid of the bald part of it, or at least something, right? You could definitely make this character in the game, and I think that could be an interesting thing to even attempt to do. As you can see here, it's a little bit of a wacky thing. See, that's kind of close, and this is also kind of close. I would say either one of those could be like the official answer or whatever. Maybe this is probably close because it's kind of, I don't know. But then you get into like the gold statue pony here, and you got to change all of it to gold. You got to give it, literally, it's bald on the top for some reason. I'm not actually sure why it's bald on the top. It seems to be bald on the top at least. That is weird. Also, is it unicorn or is it just the other ear that I'm seeing? I think it's just the other ear. Anyway, so that you can see how that can kind of become a complicated thing, and you get practice in it and everything like that, and eventually you can make the character very quickly. A couple of rules with that: you have to get the color codes as close as possible. Maybe they have to be the exact same color code every single time, so you'd have to get the official color code from the statue and this statue and the official color codes from the offline plushie as well. So that's another way that you can speed run Ponytown. But another way is to quite literally just go to your island, and if you don't have, you know, the default island because you've built your own, you can type in /reset map, and it will reset the map back to this, what you see on screen right now. This default island. It won't erase any of your progress of any of your other islands unless you know, save it or something. As you can see, we have the default island here, and another speedrunning thing that you can do is to literally just come through here and speedrun deleting everything on the island as quickly as possible. Now, obviously, there's a command /clear all or whatever, or /clear map, I mean, and it will clear the entire map. So /clear map will clear the entire map, but can you do it really fast is the question. That is the goal, is to do it as quickly as possible. I'm obviously not doing super well here. We have a ton of tiny rocks here, which I imagine would probably trip up a lot of people because you kind of don't really realize that that's part of things that you can actually delete. So that might get people. Obviously, you can't erase the boat, so it'd be everything other than the boat, and you just kind of come through here and speedrun getting rid of everything as quickly as possible, and whatever your time is when you finish deleting the last thing is your time. You have to get rid of these walls as well, so you would have to quickly be able to, you know, judge, should I get rid of that now? Should I get rid of that first? What order should I get rid of things? And it can kind of be a very heavy competition there in terms of how quickly can you remove everything on the base island. I'd love to see that, so if you guys want to try that out yourselves, please do try it. Please do try to clear the island as quickly as possible. I'd love to see your attempts at it. If you do it, tag me in your video or something like that, and I'd check it out or something. Maybe I can do another video reacting to them or something. Maybe showing off how quickly people were able to do this without using the clear map command. But this also extends to the house as well. So if you wanted to do the same thing and go for the house instead, we could slap down a house and go inside there, and this is not my house. I don't know what's going on here. But if we reset map in here, if I can even spell it correctly, this is the default map. So you could also do it where you have to erase everything in here. So this could be its own category of indoor things. That could be kind of a fun thing. And yeah, that's basically it. One more thing that you could do is basically everyone agrees on a certain thing that you have to build. Perhaps it's something simple like literally just one of these or something wacky, some kind of specific shape. Maybe you have to, like, I don't know, let's clear the map here first. Maybe you have to do something design or something. You have to make a big old eye or something. It could be kind of an interesting thing there too, where you just have to build something as quickly as possible, and that could be its own category as well. And I think there is speedrunning potential in Ponytown. I don't know exactly what shape we could all agree on that we have to build. Perhaps we literally just have to spell out Ponytown with carpet or something, and that could be its own little category or its own little run. But I thought I'd just make this quick little video here and just kind of explain that, yeah, speedrunning is kind of possible in Ponytown. It's just going to be a little bit weird and very, very different. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do consider liking, subscribing, sharing, and doing all of those wonderful things like that. Because when you do wonderful things like that, not only do you get access to wonderful content such as this, but you also get to become one of yourself. And I think we all want that. So do those wonderful things, and until next time, stay wonderful. Oh, there's a pearl literally right here. No one's touching it for some reason. It's mine. Oh fuck, it was poisoned. I'm drowning. I'm being forced to drown now. Oh no.